Greetings, everybody. Jeffrey Guterman, good morning. And it's Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network again. And we have one game here scheduled right now. It's Baltimore at Cleveland in Cleveland. This is a reschedule of a rainout, one game. So both these clubs have missed an opportunity for a travel day. It will be Phoebus for Baltimore and Hargan for Cleveland. Both are right-handers. I want to apologize for my tardiness. We were supposed to get this going at 8:30 in the morning. I was in no condition at 8:30 in the morning to do this game. I made a mistake last night. I ate an entire pizza pie. Needless to say, my stomach is whacked. It's all right now. It's just very full. And I apologize for the inconvenience. Let's look at our opening lineups for this ball game. For the Orioles, it's Don Buford leading off in left. Dave May in for Frank Robinson. He'll play right field. Paul Blair in center. Powell at first. Brooks Robinson at third. Davey Johnson at second. Clay Dalrymple doing the catching. Chico Salmon at short. And Phoebus, the pitcher. Kathy Harden has arrived. Thank you, Kathy. I was just saying I apologize for rescheduling this ball game 1 hour later. I was in no conditioning this morning. I made a mistake last night. I ate an entire large pizza pie with sausage and peppers. The entire thing, I ate it. And needless to say, I was stuffed, and I'm better, but my stomach is still bloated, and I have to do a intermittent fasting today. For the Cleveland Indians, it's Jose Cardinal leading off in center, Dave Nelson at second, Frank Baker in left, Hawk Harrelson at first. The Duke Sims catching. Richie Scheinblum gets a start. He's in right field. I'm okay, though. Eddie Leon at short, and Steve Hargan, the pitcher, batting ninth. This is, again, I want to tell everybody, this is a makeup game from a rainout some time ago. Otherwise, these two teams would have had a travel day here. And we're in Municipal. It's sort of a waste for Baltimore to have to fly into Cleveland for this, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. And the Cleveland Indians take the field. Steve Hargan on the mound. I got so many things I gotta do. I gotta pick up medicine today. I gotta buy garbage bags. I gotta buy sponges. I gotta buy weed. Okay, I have weed. I have plenty. I'm just saying. But I have the air conditioning blowing full blast here, enjoying the nostalgia of my youth when I would play Strat-O-Matic in the heat of summer. And my mother would say, go outside and get fresh air, and I would say, nah. So here we are. Don Buford leading it off. I have posted the updated standings in the National League after that wild New York-Cincinnati game, by the way. And the Mets are now 11 and a half behind the Pirates, sneaking up on the Cards, who are in third, 9.5 behind. And the Cincinnati Reds dropped to fourth place, a half a game behind Houston. Reds now 11 behind Atlanta. Houston 10.5. Of course, the Giants are a game and a half behind. So it's Don Buford leading it off. Of course, the Orioles have a 17-game lead over the second-place Tigers. The Cleveland Indians in last place, 34 games out. Kathy Harden for the O's. I'm indifferent. Here's Hargan now. Buford, switch hitter, batting left. Pitch to Hargan. 3-10, grounds it to second, one away, and we are underway here in Cleveland. Dave May gets a rare start here today. I guess the travel and all. He's decided to give Frank Robinson a rest today and bring in, give Mark Belanger a rest. Oh. Okay, Hargan, the pitch to Dave May. 6-11, grounds it to first, two away. 2 up, 2 down here in the top of the first. Paul Blair now. We hope you're all doing well. Here from the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. Kathy Harden is here. It's a morning, and I just have to do some reorganizing today. I think I will take the walk to get my medicine. It's right down the street, 15-minute walk one way. And then I'll come back and I'll think about doing some of the other things. Paul Blair now, right-handed hitter. Hargan on the mound. We're so glad to have you here on the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. 1969 replay all the way. Here's Hargan now, the pitch to Blair. That's 1-4, and he lines it to first. Caught by Harrelson. The side is retired. Hargan 1-2-3. In the top of the first, Orioles nothing. Cleveland coming to bat. Indeed. Oh, yesterday was a hell of a game, wasn't it, Kathy Harden? That was one hell of a ball game. Jesus Christ. When Bench hit that homer off Kuzman to tie it up in the bottom of the ninth. Lord. And then Tug McGraw came in. He got the win. Dyer knocked in the go-ahead run, but then if I recall, I don't know if Dyer knocked in 2 or McGraw knocked in 2, but even McGraw got a base hit. That was quite a game. That's the way Gil Hodges worked that team. Oh yeah, Gil Hodges, man, with his substitutions. Here comes Jose Cardinal leading it off for the Cards. Tom Phoebus on the mound. Phoebus right-hander. We'll review real-world baseball scores after this half inning. Here's the pitch to Jose, 1-6. He walked him. So Jose walks to lead it off. He's a double-A, so he'll be 1-15, 1-17. Watch out for Jose now. 1-17 stealing. Phoebus from the stretch. Pitch to Nelson. There goes Jose. And he's out. Oh, what a throw by Dalrymple. Oh, my. He got Jose trying to steal second. He was 1-17, my lord. Because Dalrymple's a +2. Well, it's a 19. He's out. So Nelson at the plate with 1 down, no one on. Yay. And here's Phoebus now. Pitch to Nelson. 3-6. There's a base hit to right for Nelson. Nelson on first with 1 out. Here's Frank Baker. Left-handed hitter Baker. from the stretch Phoebus. And the pitch 6-4. Grounds it to short. This could be 2, but Chico is a 4. Chico Simone at shortstop a 4. And he gets the force. He forces Nelson at second. So it's 2 outs and Baker on first for Hawk Harrelson. GG has arrived. Glad to see you. Here's Phoebus now. 2 outs, Baker on first. 6-6. Grounds it to third. Brooks Robinson has it. Throws to Powell. Side retired. No score after 1. Let's look at the real world baseball scores. As Hargan warms up to pitch the top of the second in real world. The Dodgers shut out the Mets 5-0. Detroit 4, Cleveland 3 in the first game of a double, and they swept the double 1-0 over Cleveland. Phillies 7, White Sox 4. Kershaw won his 200th game, by the way, in that win over the Mets. Tampa Bay 10, Reds 0. Miami beat the Giants 4-2. Orioles beat Washington 1-0. Yankees lost to the Angels 5-2. Minnesota lost to Boston 5-4. That went 10 innings. Texas 2, Kansas City. Texas 12, Kansas City 2. Atlanta 8, San Diego 1. Cubs shut out the A's 4-0. Pirates 5, Colorado 3. Arizona 8, St. Louis 7. Toronto 4, Houston 2. And to round it out, Milwaukee beat Seattle 6-5 today. 3:10 p.m. Eastern. It will be a free game to watch on MLB.com. I'm sure going to watch that one. 3:10 p.m. Mets at the Dodgers. Yankees host the Angels 7:05 p.m. So just to give you a roundup somewhat of the baseball of what's going on. Now Hargan, top of the second, Boog Powell. Hargan retired the O's in order in the first. And Powell steps in, left-handed hitter. Here's Hargan now. Pitch to Powell. 2-4. Swung on and belted deep to right. Back to the wall goes Scheinblum. It's gone. Powell with a home run. He leads off the second with a long one. Boog Powell knocks it out of here. 1-0 O's. Boy, did he hit that a long way. For Boog Powell. That is his 24th home run. Big Boog Powell. Home run number 24. So 1-0. Here's Brooks Robinson now. Hargan. Here's the pitch to Robinson. 4-8. Excuse me. Struck him out. One down. And here's Davey Johnson. One out, nobody on. One in on Powell's home run. Here's Hargan. And the pitch 1-2. Lines it to shortstop for 2 outs. Caught by Eddie Leon. And Clay Dalrymple, the batter. Nice and breezy. Hargan now. That's 4-8. And that is a fly ball to center field. Under it is Jose Cardinal. And the side is retired. So it's 1-0 Baltimore. And we're moving to the bottom of the second. Whew. Lord help me. Okay, here's Phoebus now. Phoebus now, the wind-up pitch to Sims. 4-9. And that's hit well. That is a base hit by Sims to lead it off. Lead-off single by Duke. Here in the bottom of the second. Now Richie Scheinblum. Phoebus will work from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Scheinblum. 5-11. Switch hitter. Hit deep by Scheinblum. Does he have the power? No, he does not. That will be a base hit. 5-11 single. And Sims goes to third. First and third with nobody out. Scheinblum singles. So Phoebus in trouble here in the bottom of the first. Infield back, Klimchak at the plate. Here's the pitch from Phoebus. 1-7. Fly ball center. This will be deep enough for Sims to tag. Blair makes the catch and Sims trots home with the tying run. A sacrifice fly here by Klimchak. It's a 1-1 ball game, Kathy Harden. Eddie Leon is the batter. Scheinblum on first, 1 down. Phoebus working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Leon. 3-8, and he grounds it to Phoebus, who forces Scheinblum at second. It's 2 outs, and Eddie Leon on first for Steve Hargan. Hargan a 2 WR. Here's Phoebus. And the pitch to Hargan, 3-7, grounds it to second. The side is retired. But there was a run, and we're all tied up here. After 2, it's 1-1 ball game. And Hargan will come out to pitch the top of the third. Just taking it easy today, folks. I ate an entire pizza pie last night out of compulsion. Okay, that's not smart. Gotta chill out, Jeff. Do things in moderation. You're not a child. Chico Salmon will lead it off. Salmon in for Belanger, taking the day off. May in for Frank Robinson, both not in the lineup today. Earl Weaver for this make-up game for a rain delay. Chico Salmon, the batter. Here's Hargan now. The pitch to Chico. 6-8. And he grounds it to second X. That's for Nelson. He's the 3. 17-3. He throws. Wait a minute. That's a reroll. 17-3. Let's see. 8-3. He throws him out. 1 down. Here comes Phoebus now. Hargan has retired every batter except Powell, who hit 1 out. Today is the 80th anniversary of the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising. It's also the day of the Oklahoma bombing and other interesting historical events. I'll tweet some of that later. Okay, Phoebus at the plate. Hargan now. 6-5. Phoebus right-hander struck him out. That's the second for Hargan today. Who knows? Maybe I'll play a game later. Who knows? One good thing about doing these morning games is that we do not interfere with real-world baseball. This is that's a good thing. And so we'll continue to experiment with our scheduling, but I think given that I ate a whole pizza pie last night, Kathy Harden, I think I'm entitled to play only one game. Get this one under our belts, and I'll schedule our next game for tomorrow morning, and we'll go from there. 6. Okay, Don Buford with 2 outs, nobody on. Here's Hargan now. 4-4. Switch hitter, batting left, grounds to short for Leon. He's a 4. 4-4. It goes through for a base hit, a 2-out single by Buford. So Buford's on, being held 1-10. Here's Dave May. Hargan from the stretch, the pitch to May. 4-9. And May gets a double off the wall. A double by May. This could score Buford. Buford rounding third. That's a double to center. 1-16, 2 outs, 1-18, -1, 1-17. He's coming home, and they'll let him score, holding May at second. So a 2-out rally here for Baltimore. A single by Buford, double by May, who's getting a rare start here today. It's 2 outs, May on second. And Paul Blair here's Hargan now, the pitch to Blair. 1-8, pops it up to short. That's for Eddie Leon. And the side is retired, but another run for the O's. And in the middle of the third, it's 2-1 Baltimore over Cleveland. Yeah, I'm going to refresh my coffee, Kathy Hargan, if you don't mind. I don't think you're going to have much of an objection to that. Oh. Oh. Here we go. Bottom of the third. Phoebus on the mound. It'll be the top of the order. Indeed, Kathy Hargan. Indeed. If you're just joining us, this is a reschedule of a rainout per the real world schedule. Just one game they're playing to make up this game, Baltimore at Cleveland. It's 2-1 Baltimore. Bottom of the third. Jose Cardinal leading it off against Phoebus. Here's Phoebus now. And the pitch to Jose. 2-10. A grounder back to Phoebus, throws to Powell for the first out. Now Dave Nelson, he's singled in the first. One out, bottom of the third. Cleveland batting. I think that's what I'll do. I'll finish this game and then I'll take a walk, get my prescription, come back, take a shower, take a nap, and then reassess things. But before then, we're going to play this ball game. Dave Nelson at the plate. One out, nobody on. Pitch from Phoebus. That's for 8, and that is a base hit by Nelson. His second of the game. So it's 1 out, Nelson on first. Frank Baker, the batter. Baker hits left-handed. Phoebus from the stretch. Short lead by Nelson on first. And the pitch, 3-5. It's a base hit up the middle by Frank Baker. Nelson goes to second. 1-16. 1-15. He'll hold. Here's Hawk Harrelson now. Hawk grounded to third in the first. It's first on second, 1 down. Here's the pitch from Phoebus. 5-6. Struck him out. That's the first strikeout by Phoebus. 2 down now for Duke. Duke Sims, left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch to Sims. 5-7. Struck him out. And the side is retired. No runs, 2 hits, and 2 left on. And after 3, it's 2-1 Baltimore. We move to top of the fourth. It's going to be Big Boo Powell. 2-1 Baltimore. Top of the fourth. Okay, here's Hargan now. Pitch to Pal. 3-3. And that's a base hit to right by Boog Pal to open it up. Scheinblum throws it back in. Boog on first. Here's Brooks Robinson. Good coffee. Hargan from the stretch. The pitch to Brooks. 3-8. He pops it up to second. Nelson makes the catch, 1 down. Pal holds, of course. And Davy Johnson popped to short in the second. And the pitch to Johnson. 5-8. And there's a base hit by Johnson. Pal goes to third on it. Orioles got something cooking here in the fourth. First and third, 1 out. And Clay Dalrymple. Okay, here's the pitch to Dalrymple. 3-8. Pops it up to first. That's for Hawk Harrelson. He makes the catch. The runners holds. Big out by Hargan. Here's Chico with 2 outs, first and third. Clutch situation. Oh. And the pitch to Chico. 2-8. Base hit to left field. Pal comes home. That'll make it 3-1. 2 out single by Chico. 2-8. Base hit to left. Johnson. 1 to 13. 1 to 14. He'll hold. Here's Phoebus. First and second, 2 outs. 1 in, 3-1, Baltimore. Phoebus a 3 WR. Here's the pitch. 5-12, right-hander, grounder to first. Hawk Harrelson, he's a 3. 8-3, and he's out. So the side is retired. Another run for Baltimore. And in the middle of the fourth, it's 3-1. Orioles. Let's look ahead to the rest of our schedule in our 1969 replay on this date, August 4, 1969. This is the second game we're playing of this date, August 4. The first game was a doozy. Mets and the Reds. The next game will be Minnesota at Detroit. Not a very consequential game, but that'll be tomorrow morning. And that will be Bob Miller for Minnesota and Mike Kilkenny pitching for Detroit. Then from there, it'll be the Cubs at Houston. I'm hoping to get back to 2 games a day. I'll be looking at the real-world schedule and trying to intermix our games. But Cubs at Houston is an important game, especially for the Cubs. Every game is important. Ferguson will be pitching for the Cubs, and it will be Tom Griffin for the Astros. Then Atlanta at Montreal. And for Atlanta, it will be George Stone pitching, and for the Expos, Jerry Robertson. And then finally, to finish off this date, it's a light schedule, travel day. Dodgers at the Cards to finish out their 4-game series. Bill Singer for the Dodgers and Nellie Bryles for the Cardinals. So that wraps up our Leading it off is Richie Scheinblum in the bottom of the fourth. Phoebus now. It's 3 1-0s. Scheinblum singled in the second. Here's Phoebus now, and the pitch to Scheinblum. 6-10. Fly ball to right field. Under it is May. 1 down. Here's Lou Klimchak. Lou knocked in the only run for Cleveland today with a sacrifice fly, sending home Duke Sims. Lou, left-handed hitter. Phoebus winds the pitch to Lou. 3-7. Grounds it to second. That's 2 away. Here's Eddie Leon with 2 outs, nobody on. Hargan on deck. Okay, Phoebus now into his windup. The pitch to Eddie. 5-9. And that's hit deep by Eddie Leon. He's got the power. It's gone. A home run by Eddie Leon off Phoebus. Oh, did he wallop that? 5-9. It just lifted, goodbye. End home run 1-7. He's got the power. It's a 5. It's a 3-2 ball game. Eddie Leon with a solo home run with 2 outs. Just to keep it interesting, Kathy Harden. And here's the pitcher, Steve Hargan. 3-2 ball game now. Okay, Phoebus ready. Pitch to Hargan. 3-6. Grounds it to short. And Chico Salmon throws it to Powell. The side is retired. But another run. And that keeps Cleveland within 1 here. 3-2 after 4. This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. I'm Jeffrey Guterman with a history of playing Strat-O-Matic as a kid. Resumed during the pandemic and decided to go full throttles here with a replay of the 69 season. We expect to finish anywhere between about a year to 2 years. If we play 1 game a day, it will take 2 years. If we play 2 games a day, it will take 1 year. So we're going to say about a year and a half of enjoyment. We're not playing this for the outcome. The outcome and the playoffs and World Series are a bonus. It's like dessert. You don't have dinner for dessert. Dessert is a bonus. It's a dividend, if you will. We are enjoying this process. Okay, Hargan now will face the top of this Orioles lineup. Looking at this game in real world, we use the exact lineups using baseballreference.com. It's actually baseball-reference.com. We use the same lineups as long as the player is on the roster in Strat-O-Matic, which it almost always is. But we also look at who might have relieved, who might have pinch hit. Elrod Hendricks pinch hit in this game. By the way, Cleveland won this in real world 2-0. And that's the way it looks. It looks like Hargan went all the way with a shutout. My Lord. And Phoebus lost it. And Al Severinson came in to pitch 1 in relief, but he's not on the roster. So we got anybody we could use, but we might use Elrod to pinch hit if needed. It's 3-2 ball game. Hargan will face the top of this order. Buford 1-for-2 scored a run. Top of the fifth. The Dow is down 143. Here's the pitch to Buford. 2-6. He walked him. Hargan walks Buford to start off the top of the fifth. He's being held. He's 1-10. Dave May the batter. Remember, May doubled Buford home in the third. It's Buford on first. May at the plate. Hargan from the stretch. Here's the pitch to May. That's 5-2, and that's grounded to first X. Paul Harrelson, he's a 3. 14-3, that don't smell right. He boots it for an error. Hawk Harrelson has been charged with an error. And, oh, excuse me, it's first and second with nobody out. First error in the ball game. Here comes Paul Blair, first and second. Nobody out. Hargan. The pitch to Blair. 1-8. Pops it up to short for one away. Here comes Boog. 2 for 2 today. Solo home run, singled and scored. From the stretch, Hargan, the pitch to Powell. 6-8. Grounds it to second. This could be 2. Nelson, he's the 3. 12-3. And it's a force. They force May. And so it's first and third, 2 outs for Brooks Robinson. Hargan trying to get out of this. Keep the Orioles lead at 1. It's Powell on first, Buford on third, with 2 outs. And here's the pitch to Brooks Robinson. 6-5. Struck him out. Big out for Hargan, his third strikeout. Side retired, no runs. No hits, a walk, error. 2 left on, middle of the fifth. 3-2 ball game. And I'm going to take a 5-minute break if it's okay with all of you, as Phoebus will take to the mound to face Cleveland's top of their order. It's 3-2 Baltimore. I think we got a ball game here, Kathy Harden. And when we come back, it'll be Jose Cardinal leading it off for the Tribe. This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Network. My name is Jeffrey Guterman. We are doing the entire 1969 replay, one game at a time. And I'd love to have a whole team of people in some sort of ballroom in my mansion playing simultaneously. I could walk around, look at the outcomes of the games, but no, it's just me. I'll be back, people. I will be back. 5 minutes, give me. Thank you. strong. I'll call the pharmacy and ask them if I could pick it up tomorrow, if they'll just hold it for me. Why not procrastinate if you can, right? One more day. And I'll get my personal affairs in order here and then see what I got to do in life. It's really nothing pressing. After eating that whole pizza pie last night, I think I need to rest today. That really has knocked me, has knocked the hell out of me. I'll be back, folks, in about 5 minutes for the conclusion of this ball game, hopefully. 3-2 Baltimore over Cleveland, middle of the 5th. I'll be back. I like that commercial where the redheaded young lady says to a guy, they're obviously on a date, and he's making dinner at his place. She opens the refrigerator. She says, "You have dog food in your refrigerator?" He goes, "That's not dog food, that's food food." And she goes, "It's dog food." And he kicks her out. It's funny. People love their pets. I'll be back, folks. Hey, I'm back. Thank you for your patience, everybody. Did some deep thinking while I was out there. I'll keep it to myself. I got my last cup here. Depending on how this game goes, I may need to make another, like half a pot of coffee. Coffee is one of my favorite drugs of choice, if you will. I like coffee in the morning, coffee in the afternoon, and cannabis at sunset. And tonight, when that sun sets, I'm going to have a rendezvous with this lovely baby. Just chipping away at that. You may have remembered when I pulled that out the other day. I don't know if it was yesterday or what, but we're going to enjoy that. When the time comes, timing is everything. And speaking about timing, here's Jose Cardinal to lead it off, bottom of the fifth. The Indians down by 1. Tom Phoebus on the mound. He let up a home run to Eddie Leon. He also let up a run in the second. Ooh, God. Okay, here's Phoebus now. The windup, the pitch to Jose. 6-8. And he grounds it to short. Chico has it. Throws over to Boog for the first out. I tell you, it's still a good team. Great team. Even with Robinson and Belanger out. And Phoebus, not one of their better pitchers, but he was 14-7. Here's Dave Nelson. He's 2 for 2 today, Kathy Harden. 2 for 2, 2 singles for Nelson. I got to use the lavatory just to take a quick one. I'll be back. Okay, Nelson. 1 out, nobody on, bottom of the fifth. Here's Phoebus now. And the pitch, I'm sorry to say this, 6-7. Grounds it to second for Johnson. He is a 2. 7-2. And that's 2 away. Folks, I got to use the lavatory again. This time, it's from that pizza. I will be back in just a moment. 2 outs, nobody on. Thank you for understanding. Ah. people. You know what? You know what happens in life. I gotta learn from my mistakes, though. And I need a whole pizza. Okay, 2 outs, nobody on. Baker at the plate, 1 for 2. Phoebus, the pitch to Baker. 3-10. It's a double off to left field. A 2-out double by Baker. That's his second hit of the ball game. Thrown in by Buford. Opposite field. Here's Hawk Harrelson now. 2 outs. Baker in scoring position. Phoebus from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Hawk. 3-5. Struck him out. That's the third for Phoebus and a big one. After 5, the score remains 3-2. Baltimore over Cleveland. We move to the top of the 6th. It's Davy Johnson. Davy 0 for 3. 1 for 2, I'm sorry. Steve Hargan, in his vulnerable inning, his endurance inning, here's the pitch to Johnson. 1-7. Fly ball center. That's Jose Cardinal under it for the first out. And Clay Dalrymple. Left-handed hitter Clay. 0 for 2 today. Hargan into his windup. Here's the pitch to Dalrymple. 6-10. Catcher X. That's Duke Sims. He's a 3. 9-3. And he pops out to Duke Sims, the catcher, for the second out of the inning. That's what I'll do. Sometimes when I write things down, it helps. You know, like for example, I just wrote down here my to-do list. First thing is I'm going to reconcile my checking account. Then I'm going to call about my prescription for pickup tomorrow. Then I'm going to buy toilet paper, garbage bags, and sponges. And then we're going to want to, the next day, we're going to want to get some weed. Okay. Oh, here's Chico Salmon. 2 outs, nobody on. It does. It helps me. Sometimes when you put things down, things don't seem as overwhelming. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Hargan, 2 outs, nobody on. Chico at the plate. Here's the pitch to Chico. That's 1-4, and he walked him. So Chico on first with 2 down, and Phoebus will come to the plate. Phoebus 0 for 2. Hargan. All the essentials, Kathy Harden. You bet. Oh, I need water also. I'm way down on water. I just added water. I don't need food. And by the way, the supermarket is 60 yards away from my front door. So, I can go back if I want to get something tonight. But I'm intermittently fasting today after that pizza pie last night. I guess what I do have ice pops. So if I want any sort of nourishment, ice pop. I have 6 of them left. These are the popsicle ice pops. I got 6 left, so I think I'm doing well with that. Phoebus at the plate, Hargan now. And here's the pitch to Phoebus. 2-10, he struck him out. That's the 4th strikeout for Stephen Hargan. We're heading to the bottom of the 6th. It's 3-2 Orioles. This is a very, very laid-back game. Intermixed with some of my personal issues. Every game is different. Every game is the same. Oh. Ow. Oh. Okay, Phoebus now will face Sims, Scheinblum, and Klimchak in the bottom of the 6th. Again, this is the makeup game, people. This game was rained out some time ago, and they found this travel day for both clubs to make up this ball game. It's very costly to do that. Think about the travel, You want to think about travel. Think about the old days, like they have the 1911 set of Strat-O-Matic. Think about how they took trains. They had 154 game schedules or something like that. They freaking took trains. And those trains were tough, really. One guy said, I heard in an interview, an old timer, I think it was Joe Wood, that at night you would be on the train trying to sleep, and if you kept the window open, you would get bombarded with soot, and that's freaking fiery shit. Or if you closed the window, you'd roast to death. So it was tough. It's a little easier today, but still the travel to me seems not easy. I mean, they're being paid short millions, but it's a tough schedule. Here's Phoebus now facing Duke Sims to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Phoebus winds, and the pitch to Sims, 2-10. He pops it up foul territory just to the side of the plate. Dale Rimple is under it for the first out. Richie Scheinblum, switch hitter, batting left. He's not too good against left-handers. You see that? Okay, Phoebus now, the pitch to Scheinblum. 4-9, batting left-handed, and that's going to be a double off the wall by Scheinblum. Or Phoebus. 4-9 double. Tying run on second, Scheinblum. And here comes Lou Klimchak. You want to talk about essentials, Kathy Harden. I need wheat. I have an eighth of an ounce. A little more than that, actually. But I like to make sure I got that covered. Here's the pitch to Klimchak, batting left-handed. 6-5, grounds it to short. Chico Salmon, he's a 4, watch out. 12-4 at short, and he throws him out. 2 away, and here's Eddie Leon, who homered in the 4th. Eddie had 3 home runs in real world. Well, this was one of them. Here's Eddie Leon with a chance to knock home Scheinblum. Cleveland down by 1, bottom of the 6th. Here's Phoebus now. The pitch to Leon. 3-8. He grounds it back to Phoebus, who throws to Pal, and the side is retired. No runs, 1 hit. The double by Scheinblum. He was left on. We've got a tight ball game here. No freaking doubt about it. And I'll tell you what I'll do, Kathy Harden. I will make a small pot of coffee. Right now, as Steve Hargan will face the top of this Orioles order in the top of the 7th, starting with Buford, switch hitter batting left against Stephen Hargan. Kathy Harden for the O's. That should be interesting, because I'll tell you, there's the Mets are at the Dodgers, and the game starts at 3:10 p.m. Eastern time. That's a great time for me to watch a game because that's a tough time for me, the mid-afternoon. It really drags, until I start my cannabis at sunset. So I'll enjoy that ball game. He's going to make a small cup, a small pot with 8 cups. Their cups are little cups. I mean, oh. Little teacups. That's not a cup, that's a sip. You ever see those, Kathy Hargan? Those small coffee cups. Little ones. The dainty, pretty ones. That's a freaking sip of coffee. God. Oh. Oh, Lord Christ. Ah. Okay, top of the 7th. Hargan has allowed 3 runs in 6 innings. He'll face Buford to start it off. Switch hitter batting left. Here's the pitch. That's 5-3. Grounds it back to Hargan. He's a 2. 5-2, and that's 1 away. I tell you, Hargan has pitched fairly well, keeping Cleveland in this ball game. Here's Dave May now. May 1 for 3. Reached on an error and forced. Here's the pitch, 4-8, fly ball center. Cardinal makes the catch, 2 away. And Paul Blair is the batter. Oh, God. Blair 0 for 3. Hargan now. Here's the pitch from Hargan. That's 6-5. He struck him out. So I'll tell you, Hargan looking pretty good. 3 runs through 7 with 5 strikeouts, keeping Cleveland in this ball game. And there's going to be a hitter for Steve Hargan. Might as well quit while you're ahead. Hargan pitched 7. He allowed He allowed 6 hits. He walked 2, struck out 5, allowed 3. Larry Burkhart will be the new pitcher for Cleveland next inning. He is a right-hander. Let's see who's hitting to lead it off. We will not use Horton, but we will use him after all to lead it off. They won 2-0 in Real World. I'm going to say Horton is available. So Tony Horton, their regular first baseman, will pinch hit for Hargan. Here comes Phoebus now. Horton to lead it off. Bottom of the 7th, with Cleveland down by 1. Here's Phoebus now. The pitch to Horton. 4-8. And that's a base hit for Tony. A pinch hit single. Looks like there's going to be a runner for Tony Horton. Chuck Hinton is running for Horton. So Chuck Hinton on first, and the batter is Jose Cardinal with no outs. Okay, Phoebus ready now. from the stretch. And the pitch to Jose. 6-6. Grounds it to third for the force. So Jose now is on first with 1 out. He's a double-A, 1-15, plus Dale Rimple. That's a 2, 1-17. He's going to go on the next frickin' pitch. Here's Phoebus now from the stretch. And the pitch to Nelson. There goes Cardinal. And he's safe this time. He was thrown out in the first. He just stole second. So Cardinal in scoring position with 1 out. And Dave Nelson still at the plate, 2 for 3 today. Phoebus. Eddie Watt is warming. Eddie Watt is warming in the Orioles bullpen. He is a right-hander. Here's the pitch to Nelson. 3-10. Grounds it to third, 2 outs. Cardinal holds. So it's up to Frank Baker. 2 for 3 today. Phoebus trying to get out of this. Jose on second, 2 down. Cleveland down by 1. And Phoebus, the pitch to Baker. 5-7. Struck him out. A big strikeout by Phoebus to retire the side. That's his 4th of the game. No runs for Cleveland. And it remains 3-2 through 7. It was a gallant effort, though. And Larry Burkhart is the new pitcher for Cleveland. God almighty. Okay, Burkhart ready. It's going to be Boog Powell to lead it off. He's 2 for 3. Homered in the second, singled and scored in the 4th. Burkhart, right-handed pitcher, top of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Powell. 3-7, grounds it to first for Harrelson, 1 down. And here's Brooks. Brooks 0 for 3, struck out twice. Burkhart winds and the pitch. 2-7. Base hit to right for Brooks Robinson. Now Davy Johnson. Burkhart from the stretch. 5-11. And that is a line out to short, caught by Eddie Leon. Nice catch by Eddie. 2 down for Clay Dale Rimple. Clay is 0 for 3. Brooks with a short lead on first. 2 outs. And the pitch to Dale Rimple. That's 5-5. Struck him out. So, no runs for the Orioles in Burkhart's first inning. 1 hit, 1 left. Bottom of the 8th now. Actually, it's been a very, very tightly played ball game. Relatively neat. Kathy Hargan. Phoebus has gone all the way. And he'll face the Hawk Harrelson, Duke Sims, and Richie Scheinblum here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Phoebus now. The pitch to Hawk. 4-6. Walked him. So Phoebus walked Hawk to start it off, and he's got pretty decent speed. It's kind of surprising. He's 1-12 stealing. He is the tying run. Being held. Here's Duke Sims. From the stretch, Phoebus. 3-9. Grounds it to second. Hawk will advance. So Hawk in scoring position with 1 out. Again, Eddie Watt is available. Here's Shine Bloom now. Shine Bloom, 2 for 3. Phoebus. The pitch to Shine Bloom, 3-9. Grounds it to first, and Hawk will hold. Now Luke Klimchak. 2 outs. Hawk in scoring position. Clutch situation for Lou. Here's the pitch from Phoebus. 1-3. Grounds it to third. Brooks Robinson over to Powell. And the side is retired. No runs, no hits. The walk left on. We're heading to the 9th. It's actually been quite a ball game with my intermittent stomach issues and my other neuroses. Burkhardt in his second inning of relief. Chico Salmon will lead it off. Phoebus comes out on deck. And I'm going to refresh that coffee. For the final of this game. Maybe. Nothing would surprise me in this ball game. Okay, Burkhardt will face Dalrymple, Chico, and Phoebus here in the top of the 9th. Here's Burkhardt now, his second inning of relief. And the pitch to Chico Salmon. Not Dalrymple, I'm sorry. Chico, Phoebus, and then top of the order. Pitch to Chico, 4-6, struck him out. 1 down. Thank you. Here's Phoebus now. Phoebus has gone all the frickin' way. Looking to complete this game. Okay, Burkhardt. The pitch to Phoebus. 2-7 struck him out. That's 3 for Burkhardt. And here's Buford, 1 for 3 and a walk. Scored the second run of this ball game. Got a little runny nose. A little phlegm. Put that out. Blow that out. Okay, Burkhardt now with Buford at the plate. Switch hitter batting left. Here's the pitch from Burkhardt. That's 1-3, and he grounds it to first. Scooped by Hawk Harrelson, and the side is retired. 1-2-3. Burkhardt looked good. in 2 innings. And here we go, bottom of the 9th. It's been a very tight ball game. Decent pitching all around. Phoebus going for the complete game win. Eddie Leon will lead it off, and then there'll be a pinch hitter for Burkhardt. Cleveland down by a run, bottom of the 9th. Eddie is 1 for 3, homered in the 4th, a solo blast. Okay, Phoebus is ready. Here's the windup from Phoebus and the pitch to Eddie Leon. 4-7, walked him. So Phoebus has put the tying run on base. And there's going to be a pinch hitter for Burkhardt. Coming in to hit is Russ Snyder, a left-handed hitter, to go against Phoebus. Russ Snyder. Snyder steps into the batter's box. Phoebus will work from the stretch. And the pitch to Snyder. 2-8. Grounds it to first, Powell. Steps on the bag, throws to Johnson, double play. So Snyder grounds into a double play here. It's now 2 outs, nobody on. And Jose Cardinal, he's got power, Jose. Jose 0 for 3 walked. He reached on a force, stole second. Walked in the first, thrown out stealing. Phoebus. Here's the windup and the pitch to Cardinal. 2-2-9, fly ball to left. Buford getting under it, and the ball game is over. But a rather closely contested ball game. The final score: Baltimore Orioles 3, Cleveland Indians 2. The win goes to Phoebus. He pitched the complete game, 9 innings, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits allowed. He walked 1, 2, 3. He struck out 4, and he allowed 2 runs. The loss goes to Hargan. Burkhardt pitched 2 very effective innings of relief, 1 hit, no walks, 3 strikeouts, no runs. The final line: Baltimore 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors. Cleveland 2 runs out, hitting Baltimore by 2, 9 hits and 1 error. Star of the game is, and I don't see Mr. Perota. I haven't seen Mr. Perota in quite a while, Kathy Harden. So without Mr. Perota here, I'm going to designate it to Tom Phoebus for his complete game victory. The right-hander Tom Phoebus, it's Miller time. You pitched well. Orioles now have a 17 1/2 game lead over Detroit. Cleveland, 34 1/2 games in the cellar in the East. We're still playing inter-division play. East playing West, I think that's called inter, and within would be intra. And the only reason why this is an East-East game is because it's the the makeup for a rainout. So that does it here, Kathy Harden. Final score 3-2 O's. And in a very mundane, in terms of importance, you have a great day, Kathy Harden. I'll have a decent day. Suspects have been arrested in the Sweet 16 party shooting. Glad to hear that. That's just an awful thing. Stay strong. I'm hoping to get back to 2 games a day soon, but I'm going to schedule our next game after I take care of all this. And just to let you know once again, the next game will be Minnesota at Detroit. Miller for Minnesota, Kilkenny for Detroit, and then Cubs at Houston, which is a new series, I believe. Yes. Cubs hit the road for a road trip, and they're only 5 games behind Pittsburgh. That'll be interesting. It's going to be Ferguson for the Cubs and Griffin for the Houston Astros. I'm going to see about scheduling that one also tomorrow. 2 games tomorrow. Stay strong, everybody. Stay well. Kathy Harden, have a good day, and I'll catch you.